Good evening, I'm Nicole Weisberg. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, unrelenting rain as Edmonton hosts a major soccer friendly ahead of the FIFA World Cup. The change from Aish to Adam. With 1 month to go, there are calls for the plan to be halted. And the Edmonton acro team about to make its debut on a popular American reality show.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Nicole Weisberg.
It will be a soccer soaker as the Canadian men's national team takes over Commonwealth Stadium tonight. They're hosting their first friendly match against Uzbekistan before heading to the FIFA World Cup. CTV's Evan Kenny joins us live now from the stadium. And Evan, what is the energy like down around there?
Well, Nicole, this rain is not keeping the people away here today. The game's not until 7 o'clock, but already fans are starting to gather and even starting to make their way inside Commonwealth Stadium. Now, this is the first time in nearly 5 years that the Canadian team will be playing in Edmonton. It's an exciting day for the Canadians, but also an exciting day for Uzbek fans who we spoke with earlier.
Uzbekistan! Among the thousands of soccer fans rooting for the Canadian national team tonight will be a few hundred cheering for Uzbekistan.
I cannot even tell you how we are proud of Uzbekistan.
The Uzbek-Canadian Association has rallied fans to support their home country playing in their new home.
It's just like a childhood dream to come true, right? Being here in Edmonton today, seeing two worlds collide.
It's the first time since 2016 the two countries will meet on the pitch.
We'll expect a very good Uzbekistan team, a team that I think has performed really well over the last year and a half. A talented team, a team that defends really well.
Canada will need all their players on point as the team deals with a number of injuries. Local star Alphonso Davies is out after suffering a hamstring injury while playing for his club, Bayern Munich. The team says it's a huge loss.
It's a shame that he won't be healthy to play, but this was a big motivation too, is for everybody to celebrate Alphonso and celebrate the team and now push us forward.
Davies will miss Canada's first game back in Edmonton since 2021. Where the weather also played a factor, the national team isn't concerned about tonight's rain.
We really want to put in a strong performance, you know, try to win and make the people from Edmonton proud and just to have a good send-off. We're going to need everybody's support at the World Cup.
For the Uzbek fans, even with their unique ties to this match,
is it hard to choose a side, or are you cheering for Uzbekistan?
We're cheering for Uzbekistan.
They'll be making their voices heard in the crowd tonight.
Now, those fans told me that even with this rain, it won't stop the nearly 50,000 passionate football fans here tonight from cheering on their teams. Now, in this rain, you're not allowed to bring an umbrella larger than 16 inches, and you cannot open up those umbrellas inside the stadiums, so hoods will be necessary. Nicole?
Thank you, Evan. Well, the rain is also creating traffic tie-ups with flooding on the Yellowhead. Yellowhead Trail westbound is closed from 97th Street to 124th Street. This happened at about 3:15 this afternoon, just as rush hour was getting underway. A part of 97th Street and 121st Street north of Yellowhead has also shut down. Edmonton police say drivers can expect delays in the area. And Josh is here with a first look at the weather. So many people heading down to Commonwealth tonight. It's going to be wet. What should people be wearing?
Ponchos. Don't bring your umbrellas. You just heard. Ponchos is a good, solid call. Although, as we'll show you with the radar map in a second, there is a chance we may get a little bit of a break. Your seats are going to be soaked. But just stand. You may actually not have a ton of rain falling through game time. 23 millimeters yesterday at Blatchford, about 24 so far today, 20 and 28 at the airports. Keep in mind, these are the official weather stations. You may have seen more in your backyard, like Peter did in West Edmonton. Jamieson Place, look at that. Put the arrow on there for you. Over 80 millimeters of rain yesterday and today. And certainly there are parts of the province off to the east of Edmonton and to the southwest that saw well over 80. It looks like some of these spots here could have picked up in excess of 100 millimeters worth of rain. We were in actually a little bit of a dry spot, if you can believe that, most of the day yesterday and for the early part of the day today. There's the dry slot that's opened up here late this afternoon. So it's been fairly steady rain all day today, but now it looks like you got a bit of a break until these showers come through. So still another hour or two before this back edge goes all the way through the east end of Edmonton. But if you're headed down to Commonwealth, you may luck out. There'll probably still be at least a few showers in there for the start of the game, but there may be some breaks before the game is done. 10 degrees this morning, 8 degrees this morning, 10 for a daytime high this afternoon. We're still at 10 right now and still gusty. Yeah, the rain may break this evening, Nicole, but the wind will not stop, and it's not going to warm up all that much. Take a look at tomorrow and the rest of the week ahead in just a few minutes.
Okay, thank you, Josh. Well, the province has released government-set prices for some surgeries as it pilots its new funding model. Patient-focused funding began last month at 12 hospitals in Alberta, including the Royal Alex, Misericordia, and Grey Nuns hospitals. Rather than using blanket budgets, the province will fund hospital operators based on the number and type of procedures they perform. The new model applies to knee, hip, and cataract replacements and select shoulder procedures. Premier Danielle Smith says the model will drive costs down by fostering competition between public and private surgical providers. Friends of Medicare says it would rather the province focus on reducing wait times.
We should be having a conversation about using our public hospitals, operating rooms, and workforce to get surgeries that are needed done on time. And instead, it's these market-based solutions around vouchers and funding and so on, rather than a conversation about our public hospitals.
The surgeries are all still publicly funded. The province says it will monitor readmission rates to ensure the quality of care doesn't decline. In 1 month's time, tens of thousands of AISH recipients will be transitioned to the new disability assistance program, ADAP. Advocates are calling for it to be cancelled as people are finding out they'll be moved to the new program. Well, today the NDP was joined by 2 disability advocates who say the changes are causing fear and confusion. The province says the change will help people enter the workforce without being penalized for going over a certain income level. Advocates say the new program could reduce monthly benefits on average by $200 per month. The NDP says there are not enough jobs out there to accommodate everyone on ADAP.
To expect that 40 or 50,000 people are going to be able to find jobs instantly is ridiculous and dangerous. And that's why we are here right now saying, please listen to all of the people that are urging you to stop this dangerous transition before it's too late.
The province says Albertans on ADAP will receive customized one-on-one support and access to resources needed to gain new skills for the workplace. It also says if people disagree with being moved to ADAP, they can appeal, and the cost of one medical reassessment will be covered. Well, the Premier says Albertans could know the cost of separating by August. The province plans to release a document on how much it would take to form a new national government before Albertans vote in October's referendum. Danielle Smith says the province would need to assess almost everything found at a national level, including the Canada Pension Plan, national debt, and NATO commitments. Smith says Alberta owes about $170 billion to the national debt, with $10 billion per year in interest payments. She says the day-to-day costs of running a country also have to be considered.
You would have to have border stations at Saskatchewan and British Columbia and have tariffs. We'd have to renegotiate all of our trade agreements around the world and establish trade offices. We'd have to set up a post office. We would have to regulate telecoms, banking. We'd have to regulate railways. As you can see, it's a pretty extensive list that has probably hundreds of billions of dollars worth of startup costs.
Smith also says she will take the separatists' word. They received more than 300,000 signatures on a petition. Elections Alberta has not verified those signatures. Edmonton is kicking off Seniors Week with a celebration focused on bringing generations together. The Edmonton Age-Friendly Alliance and Seniors Coordinating Council hosted an event at City Hall this morning. Students and seniors took part in performances, storytelling, and an exhibition featuring portraits made by local high school students.
We gained a lot of insightful wisdom, as well as we got to learn about the legacy that our senior had in her life, and then we got to learn from her experiences and she got to give us some wisdom, and it was amazing to hear what she had and what she's done.
Organizers say these projects help build meaningful relationships while giving younger and older Edmontonians a chance to learn from one another. Coming up next, a flood of controversy over one new stop sign in southeast Edmonton.
This was the worst possible decision.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Commuters in a southeast Edmonton neighborhood can loosen the grip on their steering wheels. Following immediate backlash, the city has removed a four-way stop that was slowing down traffic, in some cases quadrupling drive times. CTV's Jeremy Thompson has that story.
Waiting for a train to cross Maple Road is a regular part of life for people who live in the Maple neighborhood in southeast Edmonton. Last Friday, the line of cars got longer for a new reason. A four-way stop intended to allow safer turns onto the main road also led to major delays.
To get home, which is otherwise a 5 to 8 minute drive for me, took literally 40 minutes. No kidding.
This is where traffic backs up on its way to the four-way stop at 12th Street. Since Maple Road is the only paved access into the neighborhood, the delays impacted virtually everyone who lives here. Many people were moved to action.
I got hundreds of emails. I'm glad that residents reached out to me. I was able to connect with our Safe Mobility team first thing this morning.
By early afternoon, city workers were removing the stop signs from Maple Road to the delight of drivers.
They are removing the stop sign!
Thank God! Thank God! Yay! Thank God, man. Crazy.
Over the weekend, Councillor Joanne Wright reminded residents about another route into the neighborhood. West Railway Street does link up with 17th a bit further south. It's also gravel, which Wright says needs to change in light of the stop sign debacle.
I'd like to see West Railway Street at least paved, maybe not up to urban standards, but let's just get slap a layer of asphalt on there so you don't have the washboard gravel road.
That would require funding from the city's already strained finances, likely a decision left to budget talks in the fall. In the meantime, traffic is flowing freely again on Maple Road, though some drivers now need a gentle reminder not to stop. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Dawson Bridge heading to and from downtown will be slow going over the next while. Traffic on the bridge is being reduced to a single lane for the next 2 weeks for rehabilitation. There are also several full closures scheduled this month. That includes overnight from June 12th into June 13th and the entire weekends of June 19th and June 26th. The city says the goal is to have construction complete by the end of the summer. A new program in Edmonton aims to turn underused churches into affordable housing. The Edmonton Community Foundation has partnered with the city on a $2 million grant program. Eligible organizations can get up to $135,000 to help with the cost of planning. The city says those early costs can be a major barrier for groups looking to develop affordable housing.
The long-term impact on a community is so positive, as well as the impact to the people that reside in it. So to see funding coming out to do more of these projects and explore this further is just so substantial.
And the mayor says the program could help unlock new affordable housing opportunities across the city. Still to come, the classic Canadian rockers coming to play at this year's Taste of Edmonton.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Taste of Edmonton is giving us a look at this year's entertainment lineup. Headliners include Econoline Crush, 5440, and Tyler Shaw. All performances are free to attend. Taste of Edmonton runs Thursday, July 16th through Saturday, the 25th.
You're not going to ask me if it's going to rain, are you? all right?
I would never do that to you, Josh.
Okay, it's a little too far away.
Just a tad. Just a tad.
The extreme long-range forecast. And it'll probably be warmer than it was today. 10 degrees for a daytime high. We're still at 10 degrees. There's the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace fixed right over. It's free. A soggy day yesterday and another wet one today. We just got the 5 o'clock numbers, and we're now up to 30 millimeters officially through the day today. 20 in Grand Prairie, 12 in Fort McMurray, 9 currently in Red Deer, where the wind has been gusting to about 45, 50 kilometers per hour. It's been gusty here in Edmonton, even stronger, though, off to the south and to the east, and that'll continue to be the case through this evening and overnight tonight. And then you had some really strong wind east of Calgary and south of Calgary. Still a wind warning there. The concern with some waterlogged ground, you might have trees tipping over with some gusts to about 90 kilometers per hour. Haven't had any reports of any tree damage just yet from the wind, but we'll see what goes on with that. Rainfall warning for Fort McMurray all the way down through the Edmonton area and south. I think you probably see that ended for parts of northeastern Alberta here later on this evening. It'll likely remain in effect into tomorrow morning for the Edmonton region. See that twist there? There's the deep low pressure system, surface low, upper level low stacked on top of it. It's just been grabbing moisture and shoving it to the east. So if you're watching radar and you see all this stuff to the west of us and go, oh, that still has to go through, this is actually going this way. And so there's the back edge. Now, the back edge has kind of been filling in for the last hour or so. It looks like it's getting close to us, and then another wave of showers kind of rebuilds on the back of that. But it does look like for at least a while, timing's going to be a little up in the air on this, but for at least a while this evening, we should get a bit of a break from the rain. Overnight tonight, it'll probably come back through and stick around into the morning hours tomorrow. Breaks down by tomorrow afternoon to just a chance of some showers. And then finally a drier day on the way for Wednesday. 9 in Fort McMurray, 8 in Grand Prairie, as well as Red Deer overnight tonight. Tomorrow morning, highs tomorrow afternoon, about 11 degrees in Fort McMurray. Showers will be tapering off as the day goes on. 19 in Grand Prairie. Got into the 20s today across the northwest. Similar again tomorrow. Red Deer around 10. Most of the rain in Red Deer should be done by the afternoon hours. And the same goes for us here in Edmonton. Chance of some showers right through the evening and overnight period. There'll be a little bit of a break, I think, at some point mid-evening. 10 or 11 for a daytime high tomorrow, with the rain tapering off late in the day. And the wind gusts should die down as well. We'll see gusts to about 30 kilometers per hour through the first half of the day, and then calmer conditions by about supper time. 16 Wednesday with mostly cloudy skies. Back into the 20s Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All 3 of these days, no guarantees, but a chance of some late day showers or thunderstorms. Daytime hours, though, should be quite nice, and the long-range forecast looks pretty good. Low to mid-20s for most of next week.
Thank you, Josh. Ottawa is providing money to local organizations to help get Indigenous kids and teens into sports. Canada's Secretary of State for Sport took to the turf today to play soccer with some local athletes. Adam Van Couverden says more than $1 million will be spent on 3 local groups. The Indigenous Sport Council of Alberta says this money will help more people access its programs.
One of the things that we always hear is sport saves lives. And when I think about our Indigenous youth, and I think about myself even growing up in community and how, sport was a huge impact on my life and helped keep me from spaces that weren't healthy. I think about how important it is for all of our Indigenous youth to be able to have those opportunities.
The other Edmonton groups sharing in the grant are the Creating Hope Society and Tribal Chiefs Ventures Incorporated. When we return, a Sherwood Park school turned into a medieval fortress. How this can help students learn.
Everything that the kids have learned about throughout the year, in some way, shape, or form, are represented in a variety of challenges, puzzles, riddles.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
A group of Edmonton performers will be featured on a hit reality TV show airing tomorrow night. The Supernova Acro studio put together a team of 20 kids between the ages of 7 to 21 and sent an audition tape to America's Got Talent. They got a call to bring their routine to LA and perform on a stage for the celebrity judges.
And I was beyond proud because to be on that stage with that kind of pressure, there was thousands of people in the audience. It was loud. You've got these 3 famous judges right in front of you. You know, they're used to doing these small dance competitions in Edmonton or Calgary, you know, and this was a big deal. But they handled the pressure like absolute pros.
They can't say much about the routine just yet. We can tell you they weren't alone on stage, and they say it's a routine unlike anything done on the show before. It airs tomorrow night. Some grade 8 students in Sherwood Park are going back in time to prepare for their final exams. As CTV's Curtis Goodrum reports, the medieval experience is thanks to a dedicated teacher and a team of volunteers.
Games played over cups of makeshift mead. Student warriors in heated battle, earning a fortune on luck. It may appear to be a medieval town, but this is a school. The event known as the Thirsty Games.
Everything that the kids have learned about throughout the year, in some way, shape, or form, are represented in a variety of challenges, puzzles, riddles, things they have to build.
Scott Hebert spends hundreds of hours every year preparing for the games, which cover almost every subject. He says it allows students to practice for exams in a different way.
And it shows them practical applications of the science, language, arts, math, social, whatever that they're learning, and how it can be seen and viewed in the real world.
So there was 600 plus 200. This is something fun, so I think that this will help me and a lot of other people study a lot.
Students meet in the morning with their groups, then set out to complete 22 challenges.
I remember when I was in grade 6, I went outside and everything was here, and I was like, yo, this is so cool.
It's like the highlight. Everybody in grade 8 is talking about it. So now that I'm in grade 8, I just want to do it because it's all the hype.
The Thirsty Games also helps with critical thinking. Each student has their favorite.
The throwing knives and stuff, because me and my friends, we were just missing the target over and over.
With all the activities, it makes you more involved with it, so then it sticks into your brain a bit more.
We got to dissect an eye earlier. That was really cool.
Hebert says students that struggle in the classroom tend to see a boost after the games.
I see kind of an increase anywhere from 5 to 10% year over year.
Proving year over year, this event is worth all his work. Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that is our show. Thank you for watching. CTV News continues right now.